Hey everyone, what I'd like to do in this video is show you this. This is a sat nav. Remember those? They're not as popular as they once were because most people use their phone now or they use the inbuilt satellite navigation in their car. But I've actually been quite impressed with it. Now this isn't mine, this is my dad's and he bought it a month ago or so. I think it was a couple of weeks ago. And I've been with him and he's been driving with it and very, very impressed. Fantastic screen, works really well. So I just want to, kind of give you guys a closer look at what this is all about. This is the one that he's got. It's the DriveSmart 61 LMT-D. You can see it's £199 in the UK. Now there are equivalents in the USA, but kind of slightly different codes there, but around the same price, $200 or so. It's got a lot of great features. It really does have a lot of great features, and if I scroll down, you can see some of them. Driver alerts for your daily commute, smart connectivity, live services for your drive, digital traffic, TripAdvisor, real direction, works with the Garmin BC30 backup camera, and it's navigation for your watch. And I do actually have a Garmin watch. So I want to quickly just show you the box, and then I just want to quickly show you the device itself and what you get. And then I'm going to take a quick drive and just show you what it's like when you're actually driving with it. As I said, I have been out driving with it. Me and my dad, we were at the hospital a few weeks ago and we took it out, and very, very good. There's a lot to like about this, and there's a lot of reasons why people continue to buy satellite navigation devices. So what I'll do is I'll bring over my overhead camera. Come on. We'll jump over. There we go. There we go. So quickly show you the box first. Right, so we'll get this all lined up. So this is the box, and not much to say about it. You can see here the Garmin DriveSmart 6. It's got a 6.95-inch screen, 4-square TripAdvisor are supported, voice-activated navigation, Wi-Fi for easy map updates, hands-free calling, live parking. What else? What have we got around here? Driver awareness. There's things like that, it'll tell you if you're going over the speed limit and all that. As far as what you get in the box, you can see here you've got, well, that's just telling you to go to the website. There's a manual, there's a charging cable, and you will see here that the charging cable is actually, if I can get it out, is actually mini B. So this is the older style connection cable that you would use with the PlayStation 3 controller. That's how old it is. Now, in the box, you also get charger for your car. That's it there. And you get this. Now, this is pretty good. Obviously, you know how suction cups work. But the great thing about this is that, in the olden days, you'd have to attach it, and then it was a pain in the ass taking it off. But the way they've got it now is you just kind of clip it in and out fairly easily. And if I get it here, I'll put it under. So the idea is you just do that. Clicks on. So it just kind of clips on like that. So say this is in your car at all times. When you want to go, you obviously don't want to leave this sitting in your car. Push it, pull it out. It works really well. That's how easy it is. And then that just suctions down. So all this comes in the box as well. At the back of the device here, you can see there's a power button. There is the mini B, connection cable. There's a micro SD slot here as well. And at the other side, we have the screen itself. Now I'll just show you some of the areas here. I obviously don't want to show you my home address, so I'm just going to kind of show you the settings area and all that, and then we'll go for a drive. But if you look at the screen itself, obviously my lights are kind of showing on here. But if you look at the screen itself, it looks amazing. And I'm used to using Google Maps, but if you look at it from a size point of view, simply for size, I mean, you can get an idea of how much better this is when you're driving, actually looking at directions. It works a lot better at, and just having a dedicated device as well, you don't have phone calls and all these other things changing what's on your screen. It's just a lot better. There's a lot of settings there as far as updates. You can change everything as far as the volume, as far as how things are set out in the maps and all that. I would say go with the default settings and then go into the settings area, see what you like, see what you don't like and all that. You can see, as I said there, the volume's there. So yeah, as a modern device, you would expect lots of apps to be available, and you can download more online. Some of them are here: the backup camera, traffic, watch link, voice control, TripAdvisor, and all that. where you've been. If I kind of bring this up to where to, when I don't mind showing my home address, my hometown, but I don't want to show you my home address. When you go to Trip Planner, you can, you've got TripAdvisor and all that as well, and you can start a new trip. And I could put, for example, Glasgow. Is it coming up? Right, so there's Glasgow Fort. So let's kind of drive towards that direction today. So what I'm going to do is jump out into my car and show you what this is like to actually use. But here, what I want to show you here in this overhead camera is really just the device itself. It's very thin. If you look at it, it's very light. And what I will say, you'll see this yourself when I'm in the car, is that it's actually pretty loud when you're driving. So pretty simple. Power button, charging cable, micro SD. There is a little microphone up there as well. But the screen is very, very bright. And, one of the things that kind of surprised me at first was simply because was the bezels, the lack of bezels. The last time I used a sat nav, there was a really small screen in the middle and there's huge bezels. It was a little fat device. And now it basically just looks like a tablet. It's very thin, very light. There isn't a huge amount of bezels. They are a little bit thicker at that end. But yeah, the bezels are really thin. And it just works great. So I can talk about how great it is, but the best thing to do is to go out and actually show you. So what I'm going to do at this point is put my overhead camera away, stop bumping the mic. I'm going to take this out, go for a drive, and we'll see what it's like, when you're actually driving. So guys, I'm in my car. I've drove to a little location here. I'm going to just kind of drive along a road that I can do about 60 miles an hour. And I'm sweating like a pig. I do apologise like that because I don't want noise. I can't open the window and I can't put on the fans and things like that. But what I'm going to do is start recording and I can show you this. This is the actual sat nav, and I know the light isn't great here. But what I'm going to do, where to, I can kind of show you that, the different places you can go to and all that. I touched upon this before. But what I want to do is just kind of go somewhere. So let's go Trip Planner. Was this? Is this where I? Right. Select start location. Where I am now. Select destination. I'm going to put that come up before it come up Glasgow Fort, and that's a shopping centre. Now I'm not going to go there, but at the very least I can head that direction. There. And then just select it. Now, in the other camera, I'm not sure how well you're going to see this. It is quite difficult with the light and things like that. So, save. Don't need a name, do I? Go.
Please drive to highlighted route.
So that is what it looks like. And now, time for me to get on the road. So, I'm hoping this isn't going to move around now. Hopefully you guys can see that as well.
In a quarter of a mile, enter the roundabout.
Now where I've got this wire, I've got the wire short just now, and I've got it annoyingly next to my gears, so I'm probably going to have to remove that at one point to unpower it. When I'm driving, I'm definitely getting this out of the way. I'm going to put that away because I will crash the car.
At the roundabout, take the third exit to A73.
So I don't know if you saw that there, but because I turned off the power, it was saying it was going to turn it off. Now I assume that's by design. I assume that's so that, if you lose your power, you don't lose 100% of the power in the device. But I mean, it just shows you how quickly the battery burns up in a device like this. I noticed this myself. When I pulled this out of the power, it kind of went away really, really quickly, and it drains very, very quickly. This is a high powered device. not sure what the battery capacity is and what the duration is. I'm sure I saw it was 2 hours. Now, as far as the screen goes, I've got my phone here, which I was using just to see, you know, for filming. Now, I normally use this for directions, but I will say, look at the size of this screen next to it. It's night and day. It really is night and day as far as, you know, looking at the phone, as far as looking at directions. It's got a really cool thing as well where it's split screen. So when you're driving, it will show you a split screen from time to time. For example, if you're coming up to a roundabout, if you're coming off the motorway, it will give you a preview of the sign that you should look out for. So if you're looking for what cut-off you should take, it will show you the sign. So it will show you on the screen, it will split the screen and it will show you the sign that you should look out for, and that's the cut-off you should take. Now, colours and all that are really, really good as well. I know that it's probably not coming through here, you probably can't really see it there. It's quite it's a warm day, but it's quite dull as well. And I realise the lighting isn't great in this car. But what I will say is, you know, this isn't a device that I was looking to get. I always just rely on my phone. I'm still not sure if I would buy one for myself because I'm so used to using my phone, but what I would say is I understand why people buy these now. You know, after playing around with this, the huge screen,
take the second exit.
The huge screen, the loud volume of the lady that's talking, you've got hands-free calling and all that, you've got all these different apps. For me, this isn't a device I would use day to day. This is a device I would use if I was going on a long trip. If I was going to Europe, if I was going down England, if I was going up north, if I was going anywhere, this is where I would personally use something like this. So,
at the roundabout, take the second exit to Edinburgh Road.
So, you know, I have been driving so far, but what I'm going to do, turn this camera again, and just kind of show you what I was seeing there as far as up close, just the colours and the screen. Now, in this shot of my camera just now, what you're looking at, it looks very, very reflective, but where I'm looking at it, I think it's just coming off the camera more, but when I'm looking at it, I'm not seeing the reflections that this, oops, I'm putting my hazards on there. I'm not seeing the reflections that's coming up in the camera. I'm seeing this very, very bright. I'm seeing it clearly, and you can see how dark my phone is just in this light. So, in the footage here, in the video footage, what you're seeing, it looks quite dark, but in reality it's just because of the filming conditions. I can see that very, very clearly. It's very, very bright, very, very colourful, and I keep pushing hazards. Yeah, it's just fantastic. I'm really, really impressed by it. Really, really impressed by it. So guys, this was just a quick look at the sat-nav. You know, actually, as far as showing you what this can do, I guess I've just kind of touched upon it, but it is what you would expect as a sat-nav. It's reliable. It gets the satellite navigation, the satellites very, very quickly. I'm going to come back onto the road. So it picks up satellites very, very quickly.
To Edinburgh Road.
It seems to
the roundabout.
Stop talking. It seems to reroute very, very quickly as well. So when you do take the wrong turn, it does.
At the roundabout, take the second exit to
I really should have turned that off there. When you do take a wrong turn, it does recalculate very quickly. Now, one thing, and this is, you know, a criticism of all, you know, devices, I guess, is that when you buy it, the maps will be outdated. So one of the first things you need to do when you buy it is to update the maps, and it's quite a big installation. It's a couple of gigabytes. It'll take you like 30 minutes or so, but you need to do that, because if you don't, then it's going to be very outdated. Even a year or so, you know, there was a lot of new roads added here recently, and when it got to those new roads, it really didn't know what to do. But that, you know, this is one of those things. You have to keep this updated every few months at least for new roads, for, you know, new smaller roads, big roads, the lot. Yeah. So overall, this Garmin, £200.
At the roundabout, take the fourth exit.
It keeps telling me to go back. So I'll leave it at that, guys. What I would say is, as far as being a versatile device, this isn't. This does satellite navigation and that's it. Yes, you can do live calls. Yes, you can see traffic updates. But really what this does, it's going to tell me to reroute just now. what this does is satellite navigation, but what it does very well. And that's what you need to recognise when you buy something like this. You're not buying this, you know, to do all these other things that a tablet can do. You're not buying it to do all the things that a phone can do. You're buying this for a large screen. Stop that! You're buying this for a large screen. You're buying this for the volume, which is annoying me right now. But you're buying this for the large screen, the accurate navigation, and all the different apps that you can use with it. As I said, if you're normally using your phone and you're happy with what you're getting with Google Maps or Nokia Here Now, then you know there probably isn't any reason to change. But for long trips, I can definitely don't slide away. I can definitely see the appeal of something like this. So guys, thanks for watching. I realised you know, it's kind of dark in here, so it's hard to show you what I wanted to show you. But I hope you've enjoyed the video, and please do check this out if you want to find out more. Check out the website, check out the Amazon listing, and let me know what you think about it. Another roundabout. Oh no! So guys, until next time, take care.